Good evening and welcome to Greater Somerville for April 15th, 2014. I'm Cayenne Anderson. Tonight's topic, East Somerville. With so many new and notable restaurants, a streetscape improvement project, and the recent completion of East Somerville Community School, this area of Somerville continues to gain traction by luring people outside the square over to East Broadway. My guest tonight is no stranger to East Somerville. As board president of East Somerville Main Street's Board of Directors since August of 2013, she has been a driving force behind establishing more awareness of East Somerville and all that it has to offer. And she's here tonight to tell us some of the upcoming events and what changes we can expect in this area in the years ahead. Please join me in welcoming for her return appearance here on Greater Somerville, Renee Polcaro to the show.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
It's always nice to have a return guest because I don't have to do as much preparation, although we did do a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. It's she was excited because last time she was on, Joe and I forced her to do the weather because that's kind of how we do things around here in Greater Somerville. And,
I'm so glad. I didn't want to deliver the bad news.
It's kind of cheesy. Joe makes me do it. But anyhow, and it's gross outside, so we don't even want to talk about the weather. We just want to talk about the nice sunshine that we're going to hopefully have tomorrow.
Exactly.
We'll see. So callers, we are going to take callers tonight. If you do want to call in, if you have any questions for Renee, 617-928-9876. Please give us a minute to just go over a few things and then give us a call if you want to chat. So, Renee, let's just get in. I always like to find out about my guests a little bit, where they come from, why they do what they do.
Okay.
So you're a native of Linfield.
Yes.
Okay, but you are an East Somerville resident and homeowner since 2008.
Yes.
So you live in East Somerville and you promote East Somerville.
Exactly. That is true.
Wow, that's impressive. And so now you right now are you're president of the East Somerville Main Streets. You've been the president since August 2013.
Yes.
And then you have been a board member since 2011.
Yes.
Yes.
That is true.
She's nervous, folks. No, I'm just kidding. I was telling her, I was like, okay, just breathe. It's fine. It's fine. Just a little elaboration. We're just warming up.
If this were a live audience, it would be so much different.
Yeah.
It's
I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't tease you, but I just think the more people kind of relax, saying, she's a natural. She's got the natural TV personality. Okay, so but your day job is your clinical software company. You work at a clinical software company called Up to Date.
Yes.
And you're a renewal account manager.
I'm a salesperson.
You're a salesperson.
Yeah.
Well, see, look at you.
Yeah.
You're in sales, so you know how to talk. It's fine. 7.5 years, so you're good at that.
I'm very tenured in that.
You're tenured in that. You're tenured in East Somerville.
Yeah.
You used to be a research assistant.
Yes.
Jocelyn Diabetes Center for a year and a half.
As a
you're
scientist.
Boston College grad.
I am.
That's fantastic.
I'm an
BS
Eagle.
in biology. Very nice.
Thanks.
And so, your favorite area of Somerville, which is an easy answer here, is East
Somerville.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Best thing about living in East Somerville?
Well, what's great about it is everything's in an arm reach, so it's very city-like, but people know your name, so it's also got that hometown feel.
People know your name.
Yeah.
Businesses?
Businesses.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're probably very popular. People recognize you. So you walk down the street, kind of like cheers. Okay, well, we're just going to get into it. East Somerville Main Street's wonderful organization. Executive Director is Carrie Dancy. And your mission is to improve the life of our community by creating investment, connection, and pride in our main streets. Established in 2007. Now, how long has Carrie... I put you on the spot here. This wasn't a talking point. Sorry.
I know the answer to this question,
good.
though. She's been there since the inception.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was the first and only hired staffer.
Really?
Yes.
And now she's okay because you're not you're just volunteer, correct?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So you volunteer, but she's all right. So now, how many people?
We're all volunteers. There's one paid staffer, and that's Carrie.
Really?
Yes.
Wow,
I know.
you get a lot done considering you only
do.
have one paid staffer.
We
That
have
says something.
we have a committed group.
Well,
really
yeah. Okay, so a lot of great events coming out of East Somerville these days, I have to say. The Foodie Crawl, for one, I participated in the initial one. I wasn't around for this one. But it's, 15 to 20 restaurants, 900 plus attendees.
Yeah.
The first one I did, you guys did a Groupon. Did you do that again this year?
No, we did not.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was like New York City. I felt like there were so many people like standing in the lines for these restaurants, great restaurants and worth standing in line for, but you didn't do the Groupon this year.
So year one we kicked it off with the Groupon. That worked out well for year one, but not that well because a lot of people did have to wait in long lines. We didn't do it for year 2, and we've had 3 foodie crawls now.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, and it's the first Tuesday in September.
Yes, the
non-holiday. That doesn't fall right after Labor Day. Okay,
Yeah.
so people at home, you've got a few months to get your act together and buy a ticket, myself included.
Yes.
But
we put it at the end of the summer, so you don't have to worry about that bikini body being ruined or anything like that.
The bikini body. Yeah, I know. You know what? I think Joe is worried about the bikini body, so it's a good thing that you mentioned that.
Okay, good.
So as far as the restaurants, I mean, we can get into that. There's a lot of ones that have been there for a long, long time, and some new ones. Mm-hmm. But let's get another event, Carnival. First Sunday in June draws about 5,000. Really, 5,000 people.
Yes. It really
a true multicultural event that celebrates all of summer music, dance, etc. through its specialty, which is food.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, how long has this been going on?
So I think we've been doing this since 2009. Don't quote me on that.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's 2009. And we have a great parade. We have lots of activities down the street. The Summer Streets programs have all been centered around activities. So they block off a large section of street so that you're forced to walk, which is good. And then there's activities down the road. There's food. There's culture.
So this is part of the Summer Streets.
It's part of
kind of
Summer
connected
Streets.
with the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've always had a huge hand in basically the creation of the event and everything that goes on, all of the little nooks and crannies and areas where you can do activities, face painting, and things like that.
First Sunday in June. So that one's coming up first, then the foodie crawl. Well, we're going to be
it's really
fat
popular.
this summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so East Somerville has many monthly social events, from game night to tasting events that allow residents to get out and meet one another.
Yeah.
And now, does that come on the first, what day of the month does that come on to?
That's on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Yes. East Somerville Social on our Facebook page is where you're going to find all the information about these events. And they're a lot of fun. Usually there's some apps. We've done game night where we play board games with your neighbors. It's really cool.
Okay, so East Somerville Social is the name of it, but where's the Facebook page? And we're going to have this all on our blog, so don't worry about it. But
so you can actually connect to all of our different various pages through our website, eastsomervillemainstreets.org.
Oh. So what if I was on Facebook and I wanted to search? I couldn't do it that way?
You could do it that way. You could just go to East Somerville Social on Facebook.
East Somerville Social. For all you social people out there that want to get outside the square and go to East Somerville, you should go there. So this is so you basically are now launching a new community-oriented website. Tell me a little bit about that. What does it mean, a community-oriented website versus, say, a regular website that you see all the time?
Well, there's a blog that is interactive, so people can comment and post on it. There's an events calendar, so you can sort of sync that to your own calendar if you like. There's a volunteer, you can fill out, if you'd like to volunteer with us, you could fill that out. It's an online application. So there's lots of ways that you can reach out back to us instead of sort of just looking it up on the internet and it being information to you. You can interact with us as well.
So now I found this interesting. What's the secret shopper? How does one get to do that? Do I get to sample all the food? Can I give me a secret shopper?
You can.
I don't know if I'd be a secret shopper because I'm now promoting East Somerville, but maybe I'll put sunglasses on or something.
Yeah.
Go in.
A wig. Maybe.
Nice. I can do that.
So you can download the form from our website and go to one of our establishments and send us the form back with your feedback on your experience at the restaurant.
Any restaurant.
Any restaurant.
And now, so this is kind of independent of Yelp. I always check out Yelp.
Exactly.
But it's our own kind of local people giving recommendations, which I think is helpful.
It is more helpful because it's sort of like a friend telling a friend. It's nicer for you to hear from a friend that you have food between your teeth or something, and that's sort of what we want to.
Like that, yeah. No, okay. Resident and business resource sections too. So if you're looking for, is it ads or what's the resident and business resource section?
I think that sort of will be built up a little bit more, but as of right now you can find out about the local businesses that are in the area and sort of it'll point you to where you might want to go.
Okay. And so this is East. Tell me about that.
So This is East is really exciting, and
$50,000 grant you guys received.
we did. That was really exciting.
And the Somerville Arts Council in partnership received a $50,000 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts.
That was really
Congratulations!
an honor.
That's great.
Thank you. Yeah, it was an honor.
And what does that allow you to do?
Well, it's basically through art, because this is in conjunction with the Somerville Arts Council. Through art, we're going to be placemaking in our neighborhood. So it'll be a cultural placemaking where you'll see art installations in places where you can congregate. So in 3 areas on Broadway, there'll be street bump outs, the sidewalk will be larger, and there'll be places to gather. One that you can see being constructed right now is the steps to the library. So there'll be places to sit, places to gather, and art installations.
So now you're skipping ahead on our talking points.
I am,
but that's
I
okay
am,
because
I know.
we want to talk about that anyway. But that goes. So basically, East Somerville is getting new streetscaping. And that's going to be completed soon. I think you guys
Yeah.
are in the midst of it right now.
We are.
Which I'm sure is much of a headache, but it's going to look beautiful when you're all done.
Yeah.
And with that, you were saying there are specific areas that have these curb extensions that allow for actually encourage pedestrian safety, etc., and get people out into traffic so they can kind of see before crossing Broadway. It's a
Exactly.
little crazy, but create these spaces. So now, here's the thing: as far as the grant goes, activating community. It's a partnership, right, between SCAT. Wait, the grant is active in a huge part of the community with partners from SCAT, City of Somerville, Mudflat, and the Somerville Community Corporation. The Beautiful Stuff Project and a lot of local business. So were they all part of that grant, or was it just you and Somerville? I'm not.
So we were awarded the grant, and now we're partnering with all of these
Got it.
names.
Now that you have
Yeah.
the money,
Now that we have the money,
you're going to
we are
partner with
partnering with all of these art creators and art lovers to use art to tell the story of the culture of our neighborhood.
So is it possible for, say, a viewer at home, if they want to reach out to you, if they're an artist, say,
Yeah.
is it kind of open-ended?
Yeah.
Or do you have to be part of the Somerville Arts Council? I mean, I would assume you probably would be. But.
We've had groups and gatherings to make this art and to work on this art. It's not done. It's not even completely imagined yet. Yes, reach out to us.
So, and that would be on your website?
Yes, eastsomervillemainstreets.org.
Nice. So, East Somerville's story will be told in many ways. So you talk about the third Thursday block parties.
Yep.
So you're going to do that, or have you been doing that?
We are actually going to kick off our first one this Thursday, April 17th. Great segue. It's at Chucky Harris Park, and it's going to incorporate local culture via music, dance, and food. So you can find us at Chucky Harris Park on Cross Street at about 6 p.m. on Thursday evening. Goes on for a while.
Rain or shine?
Rain or shine, yeah.
Okay.
So
It's supposed to
hopefully
be
it's
sunny, so
shine.
don't worry.
Yeah, it's supposed to be shine.
And now tell me the Cross Street East Mural Project. That's
Yes.
interesting.
That is going to be super interesting. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know the ins and outs and the details, and I'm not sure that they're even completely solidified. So if you're a local artist, you should definitely reach out to us about
So
it.
now, is that separate from the grant?
No, that is
All put together.
all part of the grant.
So you're going to have some
A
amazing
gorgeous
mural. And
I'm
you don't know
gonna
who's
get to
gonna-
drive by it all the time and walk by it all the time.
And you don't know who's going to do it, so it's
No.
not decided yet.
No, not decided yet.
But does it have to be look at me, so many questions,
I
folks.
know.
I just rapid fire in here. Are they, do they have to be an East Somerville artist, or can it be a Somerville artist?
I
Because there's
think
like
it could
Brick
be
Bottom, not considered.
Well, Brick Bottom is
it
part of East Somerville.
Oh,
yeah.
well, there you go.
This is
so if
East,
you're in Brick
exactly.
Bottom, you have no excuse
Yep.
but to approach
Reach out.
East
Yes,
Somerville Main Streets.
exactly.
Yeah. Now, East Somerville Storytelling Video Project. Tell me
Yes.
about this.
Okay, so what's really exciting about this is we just filmed our first one. It was Susan Fontano, the first board
Oh!
president.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know her.
you
Yeah,
know her?
yeah, yeah.
She's awesome. And I had the pleasure of serving on the board with her. And I am now the president of the board, and she was first, and she was so inspiring to me, the passion that she held for East Somerville.
Yeah.
So to have her do the first story, it was great. And the idea is that people can come to our website as new members of the community or old members of the community and see what this community has always been about, what we are about now, what we were about
That's
then.
a great idea.
Yeah, it's a storytelling.
Don't they do that at who does the story? Is it WGBH? There is a no. I think it's a fabulous idea, and I think that there are a number of people in this community that really have so many incredible stories to tell, and they're representative of like all of Somerville.
Yeah.
You know, people that have been here for generations, and then people that have just moved here. I think that's a great idea, and that's going to be. Do you have a YouTube channel? Or is it just going to be embedded into your website?
It's through our website. It could be a YouTube channel, but you'll
so that's
find
every
it
month?
At our website. So
you're not really
the
sure.
The first one, the Susan Fontana one, we just filmed, so that should be coming up soon.
Okay.
But I don't know if we're going to have a new one every month. Maybe.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
I don't know how you like seem so like energetic. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. Well, but you can.
Who's lazy today? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but Susan did talk about how she remembers when Mud Flats was the old movie theater. She's been here for so long.
That's amazing. It's
you should check
so
that
much.
out. EastSomervilleMainStreets.org.
Yes. Broadway Street Flag installment.
Oh, I'm so excited about the street flags.
Okay.
I am really
Tell me
excited.
about the street flags. Where are those going?
Well, first of all, we got these beautiful new light poles coming in, and they're curvy and beautiful.
Nice.
Yes, and we're going to have beautiful street flags. They're going to be East
I'm
Somerville.
sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
Hello, I didn't really understand.
Unlike
the banners. They're the banners.
I know they seem so simple. You see them in every city, but I'm just so excited about
Well,
them.
I think what it is, I'm actually working in the city of Cambridge doing some stuff in the Huron Village area, and there are, there's a sense of identity there that, previously may have not been there because you've got these streetlights, and they're getting streetlights as well, and basket hangers, things like that, and it's a real, it's really exciting because it does create this, this is East Somerville. I mean, you guys don't have a square.
No, we're not.
So,
that's why it's
part
the
of
Think Outside the Square foodie crawl, and
I like that.
Yeah,
those are great T-shirts.
Think Outside the Square. Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you at home, now that you're all excited, you're an artist, and you're like, I want to become a member. What does that entail? How do you become? I mean, there's no membership, right? You can just kind of sign up.
You can come to our events and things like that, but we are a 501c3 organization, so your membership and your support is, something we need to continue to do the work that we do. So you can go to our website and you can join us, you can become a member with a donation, and you can even volunteer for us too.
Okay. And now tell me, there's an online store.
That's where you get your T-shirts.
This is a selfish question, folks, but I don't care. It's my show.
Okay.
You had a T-shirt, the first foodie crawl, and it was like think outside the square. There's like a little arrow or something like that. Do you still have? Because you know what?
Thinking of the volunteer shirt. We don't, but maybe I'll sell you mine.
In all honesty, no. I thought about it like a camp. Well, I love my Fluff Fest bag that I got from Mimi. I love it, and I use that little campus tote all the time. So, no pressure. But I just thought that was a very clever way because obviously, I love Davis Square. I love Union Square. I'm not going to get anyone upset with me, but I do think that East Somerville has a unique. It's just unique, and I think having people kind of think outside the square and kind of go outside the typical comfort zones and go over there, I think is a wonderful thing. I mean, it's not like it's a way over there. I mean, it's very close.
Well, when this whole project is done, and the sidewalks will be done in a month, and in a year the whole project will be done, we hope to be an outdoor dining destination. So you might be over there a little more than you are now.
Nice segue. Yeah. So bringing it to that discussion, which I'm always willing to talk about food. There are a lot of new restaurants that are coming in that are notable, as well as the ones that are existing. So maybe you tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, first of all, we already have an existing thriving restaurant district.
This is true.
I
agree with that.
We have so many great restaurants that have been there for over a decade.
Yep.
Mount Vernon being the oldest restaurant in Somerville. Did you
Mount
know that?
Vernon. I didn't know that, actually.
It's the oldest restaurant in Somerville.
Wow.
And Taco Loco, Vinny's, they have all been there for over a decade.
I love Fasica. I'm a huge Fasica fan.
I'm a huge Fasica fan, too.
Yeah.
Where else can you eat with your hands and it's completely okay?
I know.
It's completely fine.
You just have to get used to it, but it's good.
So we have all these great, unique restaurants, and now we have these other wonderful restaurants coming in. East End Grill's been there for almost a year, and that's been
a nice
an
space.
Exciting nightlife spot. We've had karaoke there. We've had East Somerville.
Have you karaoke'd
there. No.
Oh, sure you
I
haven't.
stay as far away
She
from
wouldn't say that on the show, folks.
No,
She's
I would
being
never. I can't. You don't want me to.
Okay. Fair
and
enough.
now you see that La Brasa
Brasa
has been coming.
That's exciting.
along. We're all excited about that. Yeah.
Wood-fired food.
Yes. La Brasa means the ember in Spanish.
In Spanish.
Yeah.
Or the coal in Spanish.
The
It'll be
coal.
wood-fired foods from around the world.
So that's what they specialize in, wood-fired foods. And there's going to be a little market. It says market on the top, but it would be a little cafe side than the restaurant side. So we're all really excited about these new restaurants that want to come in to East Somerville.
You know, I'm going to put a plug in here, and I'm going to do it actually for Union Square. I think I may actually be too late for Union Square. Is there a place to get ice cream in East Somerville?
Yes, Louis Ice Cream.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But now, here's
Seasonal.
the question. Okay, it's seasonal. Now, here's another question. Talking about an old school restaurant that I love is the pastry shop.
Yes.
Is that going away because of the development?
It'll go away and then it'll come back. They do want to open back up in the first floor retail of the development.
Okay, so there's a big, so maybe you just briefly, because that's obviously an interest, this is off script completely, but there's that big development that's going in right on East Broadway.
Yes, we have developers that want to come in.
Yes, well, no, that's exciting. So how big is that building? How many units? Do you know?
Oh, gosh, it could be, don't quote me, but it could be like up to 19, I think.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight.
It's going to be a big one.
But then there's retail space on the bottom, so that you're still maintaining that, kind of retail establishment.
Exactly.
Okay, that's wonderful, because I just remember that, and I read that the pastry shop was good, and naturally,
I know.
but I'm sure there's a lot of people that have lived here. So if you do see it going away, don't be alarmed. It's going to come back.
Yes.
So they say.
Patsy's Pastry.
Patsy's Pastries. Okay, that's okay. So ice cream there is. Well, Union Square. Is there one in Union Square? I don't think so. I think Sherman Market.
Sherman has really good yogurt.
I know it.
They have really
Think about
yogurt.
it. Mimi, think about it.
I'll talk about food all day.
I know.
All over Somerville.
So, longest established, we talked about that. The improvement plan, the East Broadway streetscape improvement plan, there's going to be some traffic calming, more of a sense of a square with the lights and the banners.
Yeah. We've already seen cars not using East Somerville or Broadway as a pass-through as this construction's been going on. So, I mean, I live there, and I'm telling you, I don't sit in traffic on my own street ever. So I know people have been up in arms about widening the sidewalks and making the street smaller. It's not been a problem.
So here's a question. What do you think about Assembly Square or Assembly Row now that that's, going to be up and they're going to be opening soon?
Right.
Okay, but as far as getting back to your traffic thing, I think, do you think that's going to impact you negatively in any way because there's going to be more of a traffic going to all the outlet malls?
No, I think when traffic patterns change, people find new ways. And, I mean, there's going to be a new T-stop. People are going to be driving less.
True. Yeah.
I'm just excited there's more of a buzz. There's going to be outlet shopping. There's going to be dining on East Broadway and East Somerville. There's dining in Assembly Square.
So you're thinking it's going to be more positive. It's a positive.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's great. And so one more thing, too, and I do think that, just bringing this up in the few minutes we have left, is that I think, one of the things about East Somerville, what I love is that there's a definite, you go over there, but it's a destination. You go over there because there's really good restaurants. Mm-hmm. But I also think that in some instances, in past, people have been concerned in terms of safety, or it's maybe not quite as populated because there's not maybe as people on the street.
That is so outdated now.
No. But I'm only addressing it because I do want people at home to know so that you can rightfully kind of rebut what I'm saying, because how is the streetscaping is obviously going to make people psychologically, it's going to be brighter, I would assume, with street lamps. Right. There's going to be it's going to just be a more kind of finished feel. But what are some of the things that you can say that kind of go against what the perception, because obviously it's all about perception, because that's not the way it is.
It's a valid perception or statement to say, because that's something that's the past of East Somerville, but it's very much the past at this point. The change that I've seen just over the time that I've lived there, and it's only been 5 years, has been dramatic, to say the least. And what really speaks to the fact that people want to be in East Somerville at this point in time is that it's a seller's market, and everyone's buying above asking. People just want to live there now. And you've definitely seen just a change in people walking out in the streets with their loved ones and their families to restaurants and smiling and laughing, and it's just really, people aren't hiding in their homes in East Somerville.
So
really
here's an idea. As an architect, I'm just going to throw this out, and we talk placemaking. Well, no, because I think what it is like once there's that intersection right by the Dunkin' Donuts, and then you cross over McGrath, and then you're in East Somerville. Okay. What a fabulous idea to, where there was that old vacant, it used to be a gas station, and now it's just kind of vacant.
Yeah.
Let's use that as an opportunity. I'm going to reach out to the developers who may be watching this show, maybe not. But really, I mean, what could be like a placemaking in that, to really kind of bridge that gap? Because that's when, people, you cross over the line. It's like, oh, I'm in East Somerville. They don't say it anymore, but like that's things of the past. I think that would be a wonderful way to utilize some maybe you can get around. I'm just putting it out there as an interested citizen, because that could be like the bridgeway.
Somerville by Design, some of you may have heard of it, has their eye on that area.
Oh, good.
And so there's proposed on the website, you can see there's proposed things for that area. But it's funny you just told me that you're an architect, Cayenne, because that segues, I didn't know that, because that segues into the fact that one of the volunteer needs we have is we need people on our design committee, and we need people with architectural experience. So if I don't recruit Cayenne, then anyone who's viewing this who has design experience and wants to volunteer should definitely come to our website and eastsomervillemainstreets.org. I know I've said it a million times.
Do you have monthly meetings?
We do have monthly board meetings.
Okay, the board meetings, but you
we have separate committee meetings.
Just trying to like feel out if one were to join.
Yeah, you wouldn't
have to come to the board meetings.
You wouldn't have
all
to come. You wouldn't have to come to anything but your committee meeting.
Like we done a speed dial of some sort.
Yeah, whatever you want to join, a committee, the board.
Well, another thing too. I know the city has a couple of wonderful programs, or they did at least for a while, in terms of the storefront renovations, right? In assisting those business owners. So now that we've got the streetscape lit, and we've got these beautiful, light poles and the banners, etc. Are there opportunities, again, totally off script, but are there opportunities for the city of Somerville to help some of these businesses, not just the new and shiny new objects, the new restaurants that are coming in, but those that have been there a while that maybe might need a little bit of a facelift?
Yeah, it used to be called the Storefront Improvement Program. Now it's the Commercial Property Improvement Program. New name, same thing. There are funds available, and they're available right now for commercial properties along the Broadway corridor to get assisted funding from Somerville in improving
wonderful. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a really great thing. I think a lot of people might not know. And that would be actually on the city's website, correct?
Yes, the city's website.
Say that name again. It's the commercial, what is it again?
Commercial Property Improvement Program.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can talk to David Guzman about that.
Oh, that's right. David's involved with that. I just think that, it's just, because EB Sushi, throwing out some names here, Union Square.
Yes.
They just did theirs over.
It's great.
It's so simple. And it's just, you come around the corner, you see that neon red light, and I'm like, that's fantastic. Okay, so East Somerville Main Streets, folks, get involved. Lots of things going on. Artists and architects, anyone can get involved.
Architects, yes.
www.eastsomervillemainstreets.org. Facebook, you can go on the Facebook page. East Somerville Social, Foodie Crawl, Twitter. I mean,
we're all over the place.
You're all over the place, and you're going to get cool T-shirts soon, I'm sure.
Yes.
So that I can buy one.
Yes.
And volunteering, even if you can't commit to a monthly meeting, just volunteering and helping these folks, really bringing attention to this area, which I think is wonderful. And donating, because 501c3, why not?
Yes, we are a not-for-profit.
Always open for money. So I'd like to thank our guest, Renee Polcaro, for stopping by Greater Somerville to talk to us tonight and update us on all the happenings in East Somerville. What an amazing transformation this part of Somerville has seen over the recent years. And it's because of organizations like East Somerville Main Streets that all the hidden gems of this community are getting the positive attention that they rightfully deserve. So I would personally like to thank Renee, along with Executive Director Carrie Dancy, and countless of other volunteers and board members who dedicate their time to encouraging people to get outside the square and experience all that East Somerville has to offer. So please check out our Greater Somerville blog for more information on tonight's program. And that does it for us tonight. Until next week, thank you to all the viewers at home for watching. Stay safe and stay informed. Good night, everyone.